You ready for this video?
I'm very ready for this video.
Camera ready?
I'm excited for this video. Oh, thank you, Dino.
Who's he?
There's nothing.
I know, I just put it as a prop.
It's a good prop. It's on brand.
Thank you. I tried.
Is that good right there?
Dino, are you okay?
Perfect.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? You clicked on this video, so you are obviously interested in building your online personal brand. I'm Austin.
And I'm Rika, and we work here at the VIPKid San Francisco headquarters, and we're actually part of the social media team. So hopefully we can give you a little bit of insight because we do this on a day-to-day basis.
We do. Yeah, let's get started. We're going to have 3 tips that we give you today that you can take away, put in your pocket, pull out, whatever you want to help build your brand. Whoosh.
Oh, wait.
Tip number 1, be a storyteller. Now, what does that mean?
I don't know. Tell me.
I'll tell you. Let me tell you a little story.
Oh, great.
So what that means is in every aspect of your life, you know, we all tell stories. That's how we communicate with each other, really. So when you're building your brand, you really need to think about the story that you're telling. A great example of that, or really where I like to start with that, for myself is, where do I come from? Where's my hometown?
Yeah. The who, what, when, where, why.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So me being out here in San Francisco, you know, obviously I was not born out here. I was born in a small town in Texas. So that's usually where my story starts, is a small town in Texas. And then I can go from there, and I think you have an example too, very similar.
Actually, that's funny that you mentioned that, because you come from Texas and you do country music, and so your social reflects that. Mine does the same exact thing. Is I am from Tokyo, so all of the stuff that I make has to do with Asian beauty products.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny, I didn't connect it until right now. Which is weird because I do it on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, right. Well, and I think that's a really good point, because I think it comes naturally. It really does. It's really just asking yourself where you're coming from, and start from there, and then you can build your story out. And yeah, it doesn't even have to stop with where you are today. Maybe it's where you want to be, or where you see yourself going. That can be part of your story too. Okay, tip number 2, consistently engage with your community. Now, what does that mean? When you build your personal brand, more than likely that's going to be through social networks. There's a lot of communities in social networks, a lot of like-minded people that you will be interacting with. So tell us, how do you do that, Rita?
So Austin and I actually interact a lot with our teachers because we run the Facebook, the YouTube, the Instagram, all the social networks that you can possibly think of for VIPKid. And on a day-to-day basis, I really like to go through Instagram, go through Facebook. If anyone's tagged us in anything, making sure that you show that you appreciate, that you're spreading like good positive messages about teaching, about education, anything like that. Liking, commenting, hosting giveaways. We also do a live on Tuesdays and Fridays, and that's a way for us to engage with a bigger amount of people without, you know, spending 4 or 5 hours liking everyone. You can kind of talk to them in person. So that's a different way that you guys can do it. But if you're working with like a smaller group of people, maybe you have about 50 to 100 people who are following you currently, it's a great way to just engage in your comment section, going into your comment section, going into your friends' comment section. If I love Austin's like post from last Friday, I can comment and say, great post. And maybe his friend is actually interested in something that I do. Yeah. So there's something where if you comment on other people's posts, you sometimes start to get new followers because of that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I like to look at it a lot like like being at a party. Okay. And you know, networking with other people. You know, you go around, you talk to people, and it's funny because if you think of it that way, say somebody comes to your page, they like your post, they leave a comment, and you don't do anything back to that. Think of how awkward that would be in a
person,
real life situation. If somebody were to walk up to you and go, wow, I really like your hat. And I was like, so yeah, to recap that, number 2 tip is to stay consistently engaged with your community.
And we do want to mention that when it comes to engagement, make sure that you're as genuine as possible. Yes. As Austin said, like the whole party situation. If you're going into a party, like let's say I stepped into Austin's party here, this is his realm over here, and I go in and say, hey, this is what I do. This is what I do.
I'll be with you in just a second. Hang on.
Right. So if I were commenting on his post and not actually genuinely starting a conversation, being like, thank you for inviting me, this is awesome, this is cool what you do. Instead, if I was commenting, hey, this is what I do, this is my link, punch this, like click this link, he's gonna get annoyed, and then you're not gonna get a genuine connection. So make sure that when you are posting, that you're also engaging and posting in a very genuine way, like you would have a conversation, even if it's online.
Tip number 3. Passion will always lead you in the right direction.
I feel like that could be a song title.
It could. Yeah, it could. It could. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this tip is one of the most important tips because I do feel like, when you're writing your story, when you're engaging with your community, you really have to stick with what you are passionate about. Because if you don't, you're going to burn out.
Oh my gosh, the burnout is real.
Oh yeah, you're going to lose interest in what you're talking about, and then it's not going to be fun for you anymore. That's one of the great things I think about building your own brand, is that it is pretty much the recipe of you.
Yeah.
Which is fun, which is what you are interested in, not what other people are interested in, but what you are interested in. So yeah, passion is huge. How do you stay passionate? How do you kind of guide those waters?
I think when we talked about being a storyteller, you always start with something that you're passionate with or something that you grew up loving.
Yeah.
And so having the consistency of your social media being ultimately the core of it is just passion in general. I feel like you can talk about it. Like Austin and I are both very passionate about like superhero and Marvel comics.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that.
Like this video if you're a Marvel or an X-Men fan. I don't know. Or DC. Sorry, I'm not excluding any of those. But when we start talking about those kinds of things, we're so passionate it could take us 2 hours.
Yes.
And it's very bad for us. But that's what I'm saying, is that if you're super passionate about something, you can consistently talk about it.
Yeah,
so if you are passionate about country music, you've been passionate about country music, you could probably keep talking about it for the next 5-10 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think to build on that, you think about as you're building your brand and you're putting content out, whether that's asking people questions or having conversations with people around these topics, you're going to be able to really have lengthy conversations. It's not going to feel like work to you to create the content or to spread the word. It's going to be fun for you to talk about.
And you're genuinely going to start getting followers and people who want to support your journey or be along with this social media journey because they're similarly passionate or they just feel how passionate you are and that makes them happy. So that's ultimately the goal. Even at VIPKid, when we create our social content, we always think about our teachers first. Absolutely. What makes you guys passionate? And then we make DIYs. We, talk about Dino a lot and do fun things because we know our teachers are also very passionate about these things as well.
For sure. All right, so everybody take out your to-go boxes, push them up to the screen.
Oh.
And I'm going to give you the 3 takeaways that we talked about today.
That was so good.
Number 1 is be a great storyteller. Number 2 is make sure that you're consistently engaging with your community. Number 3, be passionate about what you are talking about. Passion, passion, passion.
So we hope that you guys took away something from that, hopefully in your little takeout boxes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. And it could just be Instagram, it could just be Facebook, YouTube, whatever channel you want to work on, go ahead and work on it. And please tag us if you're creating new content. We always love seeing and engaging with as many VIPKid teachers as possible. But if you didn't already know, we do have an official VIPKid Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. It's all there.
They're all right there.
They're not actually there.
Yes.
They do have to be edited in by me.
Can you also add a picture of a T-Rex with my face on it right here? There we go. Thank you. Perfect.
Now,
isn't there another button too that they should be tapping?
Oh, this
subscribe
one?
button
This
right
one? Here?
Yes.
If you haven't done so already, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We upload content once a week on Fridays, and then you guys can see all the hard work and T-Rexes I've been editing into videos. So thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
See ya!
We're still recording.
Pow!
You still look cool.